I created this foundation
called
Love for All
wow
to show that, kids with autism, they have abilities, they have so many talents, and we just need to support it. I want the whole world to know about this project. And I told myself, if I win Miss Thailand World, the whole world can know.
Dance of the World.
Dance of the World. That's the routine I was doing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, about how much do you need? And they're like, oh, just 11 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. I've only prepared a minute and a half for my talent show.
Okay.
And 2 hours before the show, they cut 3 minutes out. So I had to change everything.
All right, guys, this is Woody FM E. E stands for English. We're trying to present something new on our platform here, and we're so honored to get to talk to Nicolene Pichapa Lim Sanukan.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But we're doing Tinglish according to Nicole. Nicole บอกว่าเป็น Tinglish ไทยอังกฤษปนกันก็สามารถไม่มีปัญหาเลยนะครับ Nicole, so you moved back to Bangkok 1 year ago and you applied for the pageant.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And so I did the pageant, I did the whole thing, and I only made it to top 10. And I was like heartbroken because I was like, no, I know I'm worth more.
Okay.
I know that I could make it farther. And so I was like, this is incredibly, incredibly sad. I was like in a depressive state for like 2-3 days. I was like, why didn't I make it further? I knew I should have been at least top 5. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
And
Because you won pageant all
Right.
of your life.
It was-
Most of your life.
yeah, it was kind of this like winning streak thing that once you lose, you kind of lose hard. And also I went in saying like, I'm able to win this. And I went in with like extreme confidence with a really high set goal that I wanted to win Miss Universe Thailand. And once you're disappointed, you kind of, fall hard. And I'm the type of person that when I do something, I'm in it 100%. And so when I fall 100% harder.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, this is crazy. So many fans, like DM'd me and they texted me. And there's this one person in my PR team. She was like, you still have a chance. And I didn't know what she meant. She was like, Miss Thailand World is opening applications in another few weeks. And I was like, oh, you know what? It's way too fast. I don't think I could do it. And
Let me go back. How depressed were you?
I was like, I'm a type of person that's like very like energetic. So being really sad, I was kind of like sum. It wasn't like self-harm or anything like that. It was kind of like
I mean, you can still eat, you can still go out, but
yeah, I didn't go out. I didn't talk much. I just like kind of stayed to myself and was like deep into my own thoughts, kind of just like really still, really slow, really dragged on.
And then you finally decided to apply for Miss Thailand World.
Yeah.
What made you decide?
I think it was all the people around me that convinced me that they believed in me. And I told myself, I was like, if they believe me, why don't I believe in myself?
Good.
So I just, picked myself up and I was like, I can't be a loser anymore because, it's that I changed my mindset. I changed to a winner's mindset.
And what is that?
It's going into something full-heartedly and, pushing until you can't stop. It's pushing yourself to where you're over your limit and you're so tired, you're so exhausted, but you know that the reward is so much sweeter than all the pain and all the tiredness, all the exhaustion that you faced.
Let me ask you, you did expect that you might have got into the top 5 for Miss Universe Thailand.
Right.
And you didn't make it. And now for Miss World, it's like beginning again.
Yeah.
How did you go through that? Going to, the first time you applied, going through all the sessions. I mean, you need to come back up again.
Right.
100%.
Right.
What did you do to boost yourself? คือทำยังไงให้มันแบบวู้สวยอีกทีหนึ่ง
I set my eye on the prize.
Okay.
And I knew that I had a cause and I had a reason. And I told myself, I was like, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what I'm meant to do. So you have to show everyone that you're worth it. You have to show everyone that you're worth this spot of Miss Thailand World. And so I set my path of saying, I don't have to win. I just have to prove myself that I can win. I'm doing this pageant that because I know I'm worth more.
Okay. You thought that you wanted to go through it and just to prove to yourself again that I can still make it there. Was it something like that?
It was something like that to a certain point of when we were in the middle of the, gan kep toa is what they call it. The kep toa. And I was like, I can actually win this thing. I can go back into winner's mode and actually take home a big prize.
What did you see? What did you feel? What happened?
I had a change at about a week into the pageant. I was saying like, this pageant is really right for me because they have this whole beauty with a purpose thing.
Okay.
It's like a whole thing where you have your own project, you have your own thing that you want to do to change society.
And yours was?
Mine was working with kids with autism.
Because?
Because my younger brother is autistic. And he got bullied multiple times and our family was like not sure of his future. He was often bullied in school and there was this one incident. I went to go pick up my brother at school and I was in the car and I saw him from far away. It's not hard to spot a bear. I saw him far away and I saw him get up really, really like in a painful way. And I saw him rub his arm and there was so much blood coming out of his arm. And I saw that he got pushed into a rose bush. So I jumped out of the car and I ran over and was like, what's happening? Very dramatic on my part.
Okay. รู้เลยว่าต้องรักน้องมาก so I mean how much time do you spend with him?
I wish I could spend so much more time with him. That's what I always say. But we're 4 years apart and so he goes to his school and we never were able to be in the same school. But once we come home and stuff, we always spend time together. We have family days where we go out to eat. And, he's my little brother, even though he's like 6'2" and like 200 and something pounds. He's huge.
He's huge.
He's a bear.
Okay.
But he's my little brother and I'm literally like his bodyguard. Like no one touches my brother. No one messes with my brother. I'm his like protector. So I created this foundation
called
Love for All.
Wow.
To show that, kids with autism, they have abilities, they have so many talents, and we just need to support it. And so I wanted to like open workshops for their occupation or like resume workshops and, college application workshops for education purposes. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to help. And it really backed me up and it was basically my inspiration. I'm like, I can win this thing because, I really love doing what I do. I really love this project. I love
which
my brother.
you've been doing already.
Right.
Right? It wasn't like you applied to Miss Thailand World and they asked you what would you want to do and you just made up this project.
Right. It's something that I've been creating, I've been building, and I mean like it's like I want the whole world to know about this project. And I told myself, if I win Miss Thailand World, the whole world can know. So I set on my path and I was like, now I gotta win this thing. I gotta do it for my kids. Yeah. My kids. I gotta do it for the kids I work with. I gotta do it for my brother. I gotta do it for my family.
You always knew when you grew up that ว่าน้องเป็น autistic รู้มาตลอดใช่ไหม
Well, the doctor said he had slow learning development. เขาไม่ได้ฟันธงว่าน้องเป็นเด็กออทิสติกจนก่อนน้องอายุ15 and he's 16 now, so just last year.
Were there any signs?
There were signs. There were signs, but I think our whole family just kind of like kept it under the rug. We're just like, oh no, he just has slow learning development. We kind of never wanted to label him as autistic because, I guess it, in a way of my mom's eyes, it's cutting off opportunities. Okay. But I think now in this world, even if we just accepted the fact that he's autistic, that's already such a big step forward. Yeah. And what we do with it is even more powerful. I think that it gives a message of acceptance, of equality, and that's so much of what our world needs right now. And I think that Love for All was just the beginning of it.
When you mentioned this project on the pageant, do you have people coming up to you telling you that, my gosh, this is, I could relate to this or something like that?
I went on a TV show and it was a news thing and I didn't even talk about my project. And there was this cameraman that came up and told me, my son is just like your brother. And hearing your story really inspires our family. It really helped our family that someone in Thailand is finally bringing up this topic that everybody is like, oh, it's so taboo, it's so weird. Someone's finally bringing it up. Someone's finally, lifting that rug. And I was stunned when he came up to me. I was like, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to make such a difference and someone would come and tell me about it. And I felt that just this one person felt a difference. And that's what I want to do with so many people. I want them to feel that this energy that I'm trying to give off is a difference. We're making a difference. And that's what I want to start. It's just like a domino effect that I want to start.
Then it did.
Yeah.
You won.
Right. It's surreal.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Tell me, the minute that they announced your name and they placed that crown on your head, what was going through your mind?
It was just, when your screen goes, shh. When they said my number and they said my name, my ears, like, they went out. I couldn't hear anything.
เขาเรียกว่าหูอื้อ
Yeah, like หูดับไปเลยอะ It's just like quiet. It went quiet. All I hear was like beep. And I was like, I can't believe that I just won.
ขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับหมายเลข7ค่ะน้องนิโคลีนพิชภาลิมสนุการ
And I walked up, they placed the crown on my head, and I see the people in the audience, all my PR team, my makeup artist, my hair artist, crying because they've seen the journey. They've seen me sad, they've seen me exhausted, they've seen me extremely sick during the pageant, and they finally see me win, and I see them crying, and I'm like, I'm so like fulfilled at that moment. I'm like, I've made these people proud, and I myself am proud too. But what made me happy was that I was able to make them happy. At that point, I was like, it's not just about me anymore. It's about everyone behind me, and it's about everyone I represent, and it's about my country now, because I am Miss Thailand World. And I was like, here you go. This is where it starts. It's just the beginning now.
And then you went to Miss World in
China, Sanya, China.
Sanya, China.
Sanya.
ซึ่งอากาศก็แบบร้อนนิดนึง
Yes, it's very similar to Thailand.
Okay, so you could have adapted easily.
Yeah. The weather, not that bad because we were always in the hotel doing stuff in the hotel. But I felt bad for some of the queens that couldn't adjust to the food. Because I could see them. I was like, by the end, they were like skinny. I was like, oh my God, like, are you okay?
Do people bring their own food?
Yeah, well, there's a convenience store downstairs. So there was like mama and like, cup of noodles that they bought. But yeah.
But I thought that, these pageants are all, you need to pre-plan ahead. มันก็ต้องคิดว่าถ้าจะชนะเนี่ยฉันจะต้องเตรียมอาหารที่ฉันกินแล้วมันไม่อ้วนฉันจะต้องมีทีมที่ดูแลฉัน the best makeup artist or blah 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 blah. Can you bring like a whole entourage if you want?
No, the thing about Miss World is you do everything yourself.
You mean you cannot bring anyone with you?
No. You just do everything yourself.
So you gotta
I do my own hair, I do my own makeup, and the stylist from Thailand has prepared clothes for me and put them in bags, and we have like little lookbook pictures.
Okay.
But once you get there, you're on your own. It's the Hunger Games.
I never knew.
Yeah.
And who ironed your clothes?
Me.
Lead เองเลย
I lead ing. I do my own hair. So I have to like get up like extra early in the morning, and we wouldn't get our schedule until like 12 or 1 a.m.
And usually,
So-
what's it like?
I read the schedule on my phone, and I'm like, okay, so tomorrow what are we doing? And so I have to plan either 2 to 3 outfits of what I'm doing tomorrow. Like they're going to say like business casual, smart casual, or whatever we're doing that day. And I have to plan my hair and I have to plan my makeup. So by the time I sleep, it's about like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I have to wake up at about 4 or 5. Sometimes when I'm lucky, I get a 6 a.m. wake up.
What? 3 hours of nap?
Yeah.
นอน3 ชั่วโมง That's crazy.
Yeah.
แล้วตาดำทำไง What do you do?
Concealer.
Concealer.
Yeah. That's the only way, but it was pretty hard in the beginning.
Okay.
I got really sick in the beginning. And towards the end, I started getting used to it. So like week 3, I was like, okay, 3 hours of sleep, I can deal with that.
Okay.
It's fine. And so we do all day activities. Sometimes we would leave the location, and it's the second you step out of your room, you're turned on. It's like you got to be like awake, alert, ready to work, because Miss World is a job, you know, and so everyone there is basically applying for the job. And so the second I step out the room, compose yourself. I have to be able to be alert at all times. If someone wants me to work or do something, I say yes, I do everything, and I'm fully dedicated in everything I do. And so that makes you exhausted because, you know, you're using so much energy and, you know, you get 3 meals a day. And so every time you get to sit down and eat, we get about like 15, 20 minutes. You just shove everything in your face and you keep going.
I saw you doing, what's the exact term? Color guard?
Yeah, color guard.
Color guard ภาษาไทยคืออะไร
ก็เป็นแบบควงธง
ควงธง
ใช่
Right.
ควงธง
I don't meet a lot of ควงธง people in my life ไม่ค่อยเจอใครมาควงธง
Yeah.
ได้เทพขนาดนั้น you know you were amazing
Thank you.
because the moment we saw you like oh Nicolene is the color guard whoa she's not holding the Thai flag, she's holding the Miss World flag.
Yes.
Tell us all about that. I mean what happened then?
Okay, so Miss World has these categories of fast tracks that you have to prepare. And one of them is talent. And so my talent was color guard. And I was like in a nice costume, you know, with my flag and everything. And as I was performing, we finished all our auditions.
So nobody else were color guards?
No.
You คนเดียว
Yeah, I was just the only one throwing the flag.
Okay.
And so the choreographer of the stage was like, that's really interesting. And they're like, okay, let's do Dance of the World.
Dance of the World.
Dance of the World. That's the routine I was doing.
Okay.
And so like they're like connecting the dots. They're like, since you can spin a flag and we want every country's flag to be present, is it possible you can, you know, like lead a little routine? And when they said little, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, like 4 minutes.
คือนึกว่าแค่แบบ4 นาทีเบาๆ
ใช่แบบ
ควงธง
เบาๆสวยๆ And I was like, oh, about how much do you need? And they're like, oh, just 11 minutes
Oh my goodness.
of straight throwing my flag. And I was like, oh my God, like that's crazy. I've only prepared a minute and a half for my talent show.
Okay.
And like 11 minutes, that's crazy.
Okay.
That's back of when I used to do competitions.
เดี๋ยวก่อนนะคิดก่อนเตรียมโชว์มานาทีครึ่งแต่ทางกองประกวดให้โคเรียกราฟ11 นาที
Yeah.
My goodness. So how did you ended up, you know, doing so many?
I choreographed the whole thing. I re-choreographed the entire thing. I redid it, and I also choreographed the countries behind me.
Okay.
And so,
You choreograph the girls behind you.
yeah.
As in like, okay, you stand there, this is what you do, this is what you do.
I physically went up to them, held their hand, and moved the flag around for them.
So you were the the choreographer.
Of that specific show, yeah. It was crazy.
Amazing.
I
So nobody held up the Thai flag.
no.
Oh.
That's the one thing that was like, oh, nobody held up the Thai flag.
Yeah.
I held up the Miss World flag, and I was like, I know some people are gonna be disappointed that my Thai flag wasn't held up, but I was like, you know what? I'm the one representing our country. I know that people will be proud just because I'm there,
Now we're so proud.
that I'm standing there.
The whole 11 minutes and a half, we were all smiling.
But let me tell you this.
What?
The 11 minutes I choreographed, they changed. One day before the actual show, they changed the whole song because they couldn't buy the license.
Okay.
And 2 hours before the show, they cut 3 minutes out
Okay.
to be left with 8 minutes of show. 2 hours before the final show. So I had to change everything. So
What did you do?
I freaked out for about 10 seconds and I had to get to work. I was like, I couldn't do anything else. They're like, it was like a test. It was like, how fast can you think on your feet? And I was immediately rewinded back to the days of competition where our music wouldn't work, a gun would break in half, swords would hit fingers, break fingers, and I had to work with what I had. So I was immediately working on the show and everything like this, and I was stressed out, but the show came out good, and I was like, I saw my girls behind me, and I was like, okay, I'm confident. If they're happy and they're fine, I'm fine, because everybody's watching me. They're like, oh, she's leading. So I was like, I had to be confident. I didn't want anybody to be scared or afraid that, oh my God, they changed the song. So I basically had to like put a mask on and say, it's fine. Everything is fine. We're all good.
Did the girls come up and thank you?
I had a few girls come up and thank me about helping them with flags. And they're like, I've never seen this before. Thank you for teaching me something new. And it was a really like effective moment for me because, I used to do this every day. It's second nature to me. I can throw a flag and catch it. But I forget that people don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I take the time to teach people very simple things. And at times I'm like, oh, it's easy. Like, this is all you have to do. But they've never touched a flag like this in their lives. And once they were able to do it, they're like, thank you for, helping me.
You started, holding flags, color guard at the age of?
13 to 14.
So for the past 8 years, you've been practicing, having this dress rehearsal for that day.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
I did 4 years of high school, and I actually did just that 4 years of color guard. And 2 years I took a break because I did a lot of work in school, and I finally got back into it when I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I'll just do it for a talent. And it's become into like one of the most, oh, Nicolene, yeah, the one that throws the flag. Yeah, Thailand.
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason, I think. And you finally won Miss, okay, the title's long. Miss World Asia.
Yeah, Miss World Asia.
Okay, Miss World Asia.
We'll keep it simple.
Okay, Miss World Asia นิกกี้ได้ตำแหน่งนั้นแล้วก็เป็น first runner up นะเป็นรองเลยตอนนั้นคือแบบ my goodness that moment what did it feel like? Probably different from in Bangkok.
Yeah, can I be honest?
Yes.
Okay, so when they announced it, I actually didn't hear. Not because I was like hood up or anything. This time I legit couldn't hear what she said. Okay, so Kun Julia has to announce who the runner-up is. And
Julia is
the CEO and chairman of
and she hosts
Miss World. No, she just says who the winner is and the runners-up are. And she's a judge.
Okay.
And so she announced the runner-up is and says Thailand.
Okay.
But I only heard ind. So I was like, who is it?
Okay.
And so I don't think you'd see the moment on TV, but I took like 2 or 3 milliseconds to look around seeing who's going to walk up because I don't want to be walking up with someone else. I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, I won, but I didn't win. Oh, I was like, this is going to be embarrassing. So I was looking around, I was like, who won?
คือตอนนั้นคือได้ยินแค่ไม่ได้ยิน Thailand แต่แค่รู้สึกว่าถ้าฉันเดินออกไปปุ๊บแล้วเนี่ยมันจะแบบอุ๊ยตาย
Yeah. That's gonna be embarrassing. So I waited like 2-3 seconds. It's like, okay, no one's walking, so it's gotta be me. And so I walked up and I was like,
wait. You heard und.
Yeah.
แล้วyouรู้ได้ไงว่าคือ Thailand
Thailand.
Oh, Thailand.
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 แต่
ได้ยินแต่ the.
And the other countries were Mexico, Jamaica, Uganda. So they all ended like
Oh wait, I ลืมไปว่ารอบสุดท้าย I forgot. I always think that there are like hundreds of women there. Okay.
No, don't worry.
There was
just 5. There was Uganda, Mexico, Jamaica, and Belarus. So nothing ended with an and.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so it's got to be me.
Okay.
So I walk up and I was like, wow. So it was like the second of confusion. And I was like, the walk that I took up, I was like, okay, I just won basically second place in the entire world. So I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And
So you weren't like, oh gosh, I didn't win Miss World.
at that point, I thought I would feel like that
Yeah.
because I'm the type of person that's like, oh, I hate getting second
มัน
place.
ต้องเป็นที่หนึ่งไง
Yeah, because you're so close.
Yeah.
But
But-
at the moment, I was like, you know what? I'm so happy. I'm so proud of where we've come.
Yeah.
And I was shocked with myself. I was like, I was shocked at my growth and I was shocked at my maturity and how I didn't shed a single tear because I was so happy.
And you were happy for the winner too.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
Vanessa,
Miss.
Mexico. But the thing is, everyone could have won Miss World in that competition. Everyone was so great. Everyone has a project. Everyone has passion. And I feel like anyone there could have won. And it was Vanessa. And I'm so happy for her. She's amazing.
The minute that you got off stage, who did you call? Who did you go talk to?
My family that was there, or the people that went to go watch me, they came up on stage because they were allowed to.
So your parents were there.
Yeah, my dad is back in the U.S. and my brother's there too. So my mom was the only one there, and my grandma.
Your
And-
grandma too.
Yeah, my grandma flew to Thailand.
และยายบอกว่า
Yeah, บอกว่าโอ้ยายภูมิใจเก่งมากเก่งมากเก่งมาก
Did they cry?
Yeah, they
Oh.
cried, and I just stood there. I was like with everyone. I was like, I'm so happy that everyone's here, and they're just so happy. Everybody's proud, and they don't even care if I won or not. Everybody came to check if I was okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's like I saw them coming up and they were looking at me, seeing if I was crying or anything, and I was like, you know what? Like, we're so far past that. We've come so far as a country. You know, we've broken we've broken our country's record.
We haven't gotten in this far.
Yeah.
เป็นการทำลายประวัติศาสตร์ในรอบ33 ปีเป็นรองอ่ะ
Yeah.
This is like big news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point I was like, you know what? I already feel like a winner. I've won so many friends. I've won so many experiences. And I've won the best, a group of supporters I've ever had. These people stand by me and they love me for who I am and what I've won. And I can just say I'm so proud to be Thailand's representative.
I want to know one thing อยากรู้เรื่องคำถามเนี่ยว่ามันเก่งกันไว้หรือเปล่า do you practice how do you rehearse like different scenarios?
Yeah. There's a way.
So they do that, right?
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot.
Okay, who do you do that with?
I do it with like some of my mentors, and I did it with Natalie Pilia Camp, a drag queen.
Natalie Fiercam.
Yeah, Miss ACDC from a past year.
Wait a second. All these people are drag
Yeah.
or trans.
Yeah.
You ให้ drag trans เป็นปรมาจารย์ในการสอน
Yes.
ตอบคำถาม
Yes.
No straight women.
My mom.
Okay. แล้วทุกคนก็จะเก่งคำถามเลย right?
Well, yeah, we have this it's like an essay. We
Okay.
have a format,
Okay.
and we have like 2-3 formats.
What? Okay. I'm okay.
Well,
Tell me more.
I'll try to explain it. So there's a format that's like glun, and then you get into the facts, and then conclusion, or you can just conclude it up if you want to like do something weird, like do a short conclusion, and then you get into like fact and glun at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds complicated, but once you talk, when you try it, you're like, oh, okay, I guess it makes sense.
Do you think ahead? Do you think ahead like
Now,
the possibilities of the questions?
it comes as second nature if you practice it a lot. The second you get the question, you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's actually, I used to be so scared of Q&A, and now I think it's like one of my most favorite parts.
Because you know how to maneuver through it.
Right, and the most important thing throughout all the formats or whatever is that you just จริงใจ you just are honest and true to what you say.
Nicolene from Thailand. If you were to change one thing in the world right now, what would that be and why?
I would change our marriage equality laws all over the world because I believe in acceptance, I believe in equality, and I believe in the saying of love is love. It doesn't matter what race, what color, what age, or sexuality you are. We all deserve to be living with someone that loves us for who we are and what we mean to them.
That's beautiful. No, I would have given you the crown right away.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna give you ให้รางวัลเป็น Miss Woody World.
Yes.
Correct.
Miss
Nicolene.
Woody World.
Has anyone ever asked you that? Are you going to go through that track
Go
and
back.
apply for Miss Universe Thailand again?
You know what? I have been asked multiple times, and all I can say is you never know what the future holds. You know, right now, I really want to focus on my path, and I want to focus on this title. And I'm only 20 right now, so like I said, we never know what the future holds. You know, in 3 years, I might be way past the point of being Miss Universe. Or I might be wanting to be Miss Universe.
So we're going to get to see more of you,
Yes.
hopefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณนะครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
All right. So I've got a gift for you.
For me?
Cool. These are called round rounds, and I've designed
So
them.
cute! Oh my god.
Now we have the first collection, which
This is amazing.
which is pink. We have gold. We have silver. We have black, and we have the new ones, which will change color according to the UV level. แปลว่า
Whoa.
ถ้าเกิดว่าอยู่เข้าไปในอันเนี้ย pink เนี่ยอยู่เข้าไปในแดดใช่ไหม In a few seconds it'll just turn pink and it'll just become like แว่นกันแดดสี pink.
No
And when you go in
way.
yes way and when you go back inside the shade then it becomes อย่างนี้ Here's your mirror.
Oh my god.
So you pick one color that you like.
I'm definitely gonna go with pink
Okay.
because I've been looking for like pink glasses,
And
and
you
you said
do.
these are magic.
Yes. These are magic pink glasses.
So
These are
obviously-
magic round rounds. I should call
Magic
them
round
magic round rounds.
You
round round
spin
round
my
magic.
head right round, right round.